Hey, all you crazy internet people out there. This is AJ for Forever Your Guru here. This is going to be the first time we do this. This is a walkthrough on how to do the new 390 Vault of Glass Atheon raid. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take clips of the playthrough that we did, and I'm just going to describe exactly what you have to do, just in case the original video that we put up was just not clear enough. Sometimes it isn't, I'll just be honest, because it's only through one person's point of view. Alright, so here we go. This is the beginning of the raid. If you want to make this the easiest way possible, just put two people on the left side, the right side, and the middle. Okay, Samote and I, we were in the middle. And all you have to do is get on the plate, activate it. It'll raise up the white part. And then from that point on, ads will come out of the, well, yeah, two sides on the left and two sides on the right. Okay, and no ads will come out in the middle. But all of the ads on the left and the right are ultimately trying to walk to the middle. So if you take middle, don't worry about it. Just get at a good vantage point. You'll see here pretty soon that I jump up on top of a pillar and Sim goes to the left side so that he can watch over there. The reason why you want the vantage point where Sim was right over there is because you can see down and you can help give some cover fire and then take out some of the ads that'll be coming up to the middle. And then where you see me right now, I can get a good vantage point of a couple of different places in the map. This fight is really, really easy. It's still at 26, what the last raid was, because Bungie decided not to up this part of the fight just in case, because this is a public area, so somebody could accidentally walk in. And if they're at lower light levels, a level 42 Praetorian would wipe you very easily. So once this is done, we're going to be able to go directly into finishing the spire. Once the spire is done, the gate that you see behind me will actually start to open up, and then we'll be able to go in. Okay, so here we've built the spire and the door is opening up. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run down through this little maze. It's not hard. This is honestly just the first part. And you will come to the first chest. Okay, there's no enemies on this part, so I'm just going to keep this going here because it really is just that fast. And we'll make it directly over to that chest. And then once you get there, the first set of actual loot is yours. Okay, now, right after this part, you're going to notice that there is the normal way right there in front of the chest that you could go, but if you want the extra chest, you're going to have to jump off of the edge here on the right-hand side, okay? And I'll show you that in just a second. All right, so here we go. You're going to see me jump off. This is how you have to do it for the hunter, at least. It's the really easy way. And just make sure you have your double jump on, and then you'll just go down into here. It can be a little tricky, but if you just remember, keep looking for the plates that go down and to the right, and you should be fine. It's not that hard. If you look really carefully, it should be easy for you to notice the parts that just seem to make sense. Bungie did give a few hints into it. Always look for your wood barriers. That's the things that you're going to be able to jump down to and walk on. Once you make this final jump right here, look to your right, and there is a chest right on this column. Okay, we're going to move on to the next part. All right, now once everybody's gotten to the chest, just jump off the right side of that same column, and you'll see an opening in the wall. Follow it. There's a couple of column jumps to make. In this one, instead of going to the right, a lot of times you will be going to the left until you make it to this part of the maze. This right here puts you right back to where you were before. Now, you'll notice for anyone that is a old seasoned pro at the Vault of Glass, we are now, if you notice, wait for it. That's right. We're at the Templar. Okay, so once you get to here, everyone's going to want to group up. You definitely don't want to jump down and try to start this thing right away. There's going to be, the first part of the Templar fight is is kind of tricky nowadays, guys. They've changed a lot of stuff. Okay, so right here you see there is a conflux. Your first part of the maze is going to be one conflux in the middle, and everyone has to defend that, okay? So there's going to be a whole bunch of ads that come out. Some of them have corruption on them. If you destroy them, that's the ones that have the green gas that seems to be floating around them when you destroy them. There will also be a green gas donut that sits on the ground. Do not run through that. If you run through that, you will be corrupted. And then you have to run through that little white piece that you see sparkling up at the top, right next to the Templar. One reason you don't want to do that is because that puts you right next to the Templar. Another reason is because you have very limited uses of that white gas there. I believe in this mode you only get one, maybe two uses of it, and then it's gone, and then no one else can use it. So if you do get marked, which is what it is if you get covered in the green gas, it will tell you you get marked, but do not run there right away. See if anyone else on your team is marked. The reason why is because multiple people can use it at once, and then you won't have anyone stuck out just in case you decide to use it, and then you use it, and it was just you, and then there might be like 2 or 3 other people that got marked if you weren't careful. Okay. All right. So no matter what part you're doing, if you're just defending the first conflux or the 2 confluxes or the 3 confluxes, after you are done with each part, the Templar is going to send something called legions out, okay? The legions are made up of a whole bunch of now harpies that can explode, and then fanatics, okay? The fanatics are the goblins that don't have heads and they just walk really, really slow. Sometimes they'll run. That'll get you surprised. But they are covered in the green goo, all right? Don't get touched by the green goo. Don't stab one of the fanatics. If you stab one of the fanatics, you'll be marked. If you're marked, then you're going to have to use the white cleansing pool, and I think you only get 1 shot at that. Okay, so don't waste it. Maybe you get 2. But that's the step right there, okay? In between each one of these confluxes, just do that. I believe it repeats 3 times, so you're going to defend the middle, and then you've got a legion. Defend the left and the right, and then you've got a legion. And then defend all 3, and then you've got a legion. Once you're done with that, we'll move on to the next part. All right, the next part is known as oracles. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. There's 7 or 8 different spots that the oracles will appear. If you have a team of 2 in the front, a team of 2 on the left, and a team of 2 on the right, you should have no problem spotting them. One comes up in the middle right here, one comes up in front left, one comes up on stairs right, one comes up mid right, one comes up back right, one comes up back left, one comes up mid left. Those are all of the oracles. Unlike the original raid, you have to destroy all oracles every single time. The original raid used to have like, it would start off with like 1 and then go to like 2 or 3 and then step its way up. This time you start out with all of them and you have to do all of them every single phase. Once you're done with a phase, you'll know it because it says that it goes through a ritual of negation, and then you're not marked, and then the oracles start all over again. Be careful, there are a lot of snipers, there are minotaurs, there are regular goblins, and then there are hobgoblins, which are the snipers. Just be careful. A lot of people get wiped because you start paying attention to your oracles and the minotaurs, and then these little hobgoblins way out here end up just wiping the floor with you. So just be careful. Take your time. Good communication is important. If someone can't get one, call it out. Your team can help you. I believe there's like 3 or 4 waves of this. It's the same thing every single time. Once you're done, you get to go on to the next part. All right, so we just finished with the oracle part, and we got our loot for it. And we're moving on to the first part that will either be the challenge mode, which it is this week since this is the first week that it comes out, or you can do it in normal mode if you please. If it is a challenge week and you fail this challenge, it'll just tell you challenge failed, but you can still complete it. Okay, so the problem that we have here is that in challenge mode, that big guy that you just saw me try to shoot and I destroyed myself in the bubble, his name is the Templar. He's the one that you've been seeing the entire time you've been running this Templar stage. Okay, what's going to end up happening here is that you will have more oracles. Okay, 3 or 4 of them. Oh wait, is it? Is it? Yeah, 3 or 4 oracles will spawn. And what ends up happening is that there is also something called a relic. You can see it down there in the middle. Okay, you need one person designated relic runner. The reason why is because you want to be able to count on that one person while everyone else is going to be either doing damage to the Templar or defending against the massive amounts of mobs that are going to be coming out, okay? If you are the relic holder, your entire job is to kill mobs really fast with the relic, so that you charge your relic as fast as possible. Because what's going to end up happening is that the Templar has his own built-in shield, okay? Once you have powered the super of the relic, you can fire it by doing the same thing that you use to do any super, your R1 and L1, and it will fire a bolt if you are pointing in the right direction, which should be at the Templar, and you will take down his shield for a very limited time. That's how you do it normally. Okay, once that is done, you can see me hitting one of the oracles here. They are not yellow this time; they are red. But once you take down his shield, everyone's job is to start hitting him and causing damage. Okay, it's pretty simple. Normally, he has 3 or 4 different areas where he will try to teleport, but there's only 2 spots in challenge mode, at least this week, that are marked for his teleport. Okay, challenge mode, as you see right there, that little ring, you need to actually have somebody stand inside the ring. Okay, it doesn't need to be inside the ring as far as touching the white or the red ring, but underneath it, but inside the circumference. Okay, if you're there, you'll get it, and you will keep the you will keep him from being able to teleport there. You do not need to be there immediately. Okay, but you do need to be there within 4 or 5 seconds. Our relic holder is by himself all the way on the other side, just killing a couple of ads, running around. And what he figured out was that if you give it about 3 or 4 seconds, once you see the ring on the right side up here, and then jump up there, the relic also has its own charge ability that gives him a shield that can protect him. And he had plenty enough to be able to outlast the onslaught that the Templar was trying to do. Do not, if you are the relic holder, I must repeat this, do not jump up on the right side right away, or you will get wiped, because you will not have enough charge in your relic to live through what's happening right there. If you notice, he's just, you know, speed shooting at our relic holder. But because our relic holder was smart and gave himself 3 or 4 seconds before he even jumped up, he had plenty enough time to do it. Okay, so you're going to just want to rinse and repeat. There's only 2 spots that you have to be. If you notice, our guy Blaze right here is our left teleport blocker. And anytime he sees the ring, he just goes there, he stands next to it, and he's good. So if you are if you're a warlock, you want to be self-res if you're that guy. If you are a titan, you want to be defender. And if you are a hunter, you definitely want to be void this turn. One, because you can throw your bow out and tether mobs and help everyone else out. And 2, you've got your grenade that can help you go. Once you repeat that, you just have to keep going until you knock his health down to 0, and you'll get your loot. We'll move on to the next part. Alright, quick side note before we move on to the next part. Do not miss this chest. Right when you get down to the Gorgon's lair, by running through that big, huge door opening, there will be a chest that you can get to if you just follow what's going on in the video right here. You will see some rocks that kind of make up a step-up ledge. Once you get up those rocks, there will be a tunnel to your left. Run through the tunnel. You can't get lost. Just keep going through it. You'll find this area right here. This is the old exotic chest. It is still there, and it still does give exotics sometimes. But just know, I mean, it's still the same exotics that we've always gotten. But if you wanted a shot at some of the new and old exotics, besides exotics that are specific just to the to the raids, like the Vex or something like that, or the Necrochasm, those will not ever drop out of that chest. But everything else presumably can. All right, so we are at the Gorgon's Maze here. And the way to get through it the easiest is just follow us right here. You're going to wait for this little Gorgon to go. Okay, we are not doing the challenge right here, but I will explain how to do the challenge. What you want is a whole bunch of swords, a tether, you know, whatever you want to do. But everyone needs to surround it, okay? Don't hit it from just one side, because if you hit it from one side, what we saw was happening is that you're actually going to push that Gorgon off. And then everyone's sword hits won't always connect, and you will end up dying. So the object here is to wait for Gorgons to get out of the way. They have a proximity around them. If you do too many actions around them, you will trigger them. They come after you. They find you. Gorgon's gaze takes effect. You only have a couple seconds, and then they wipe you. So right here, that one that was on the side has now moved on. We are waiting to make sure that this one that had come around is going to get out of the way. Okay, so the object here is just make sure that your radar is clean. Okay, once he's gone, you have about 15-20 feet. Once 15 or 20 feet passes, they are not going to see you as long as you do not double jump. Just don't double jump. Okay, you want to climb up this rock. Once we're up at the top of the rock, just wait up, check your radar. Okay, there are two Gorgons that'll never move. One of them was over to the left when we first started. The other one is right to the right. I believe it's going to come up in just a sec. Yes, that one right there. That one doesn't move, and that one back over there to the right does not move, okay? So if you stay 15-20 feet away from those, you're good to go. So wait on your radar. If you notice there's a whole bunch of Gorgons moving around, you just want to make sure that there's nothing around you at that moment in time. And then we're going to jump onto the rock ledge right there. Once you make the jump over here, then you just have to wait for all of your other team members to do the same thing. So I'm going to flash forward to the point where we are ready to jump, and then I will continue. Okay, it doesn't take very long, but there's going to be one Gorgon around here that makes a loop. So you just want to make sure that he gets out of the way, jump down, follow the same path that we did. It opens up to a little hallway. You have to crouch down, run around, and it will bring you to what is affectionately called the jumping puzzle. For some people, this is the bane of their existence. I don't understand. It seems pretty easy as long as you follow the rules that I'll put out there for you. One, if you're new to it, at least just wait and look at where everything spawns, and then jump after the second time that everything spawns. If you are a Titan, you can do the Titan Superman. If you're a Warlock, you can just glide down, and it's pretty simple for you. But if you are the Hunter, the best way to do it is the way I'm doing here. Make sure your double jump is on. When you get to about there, jump, and then when you get right next to it, jump again, you'll land. Okay, be careful right here. Just skirt across. Right when you get to this box, you're going to have to jump out and then jump back in, because for some reason there's an invisible little barrier there that'll just throw you off the wall. Even though you don't see it, it's there, it'll do it. And then rinse and repeat right here. Okay, and then once you're done with that, just skirt the outside. You'll notice there's a tunnel here. You can jump down, boom, you're done. Once you're done with this part, we will go to the gatekeeper part. All right, we're at the gatekeeper part right now. So what ends up happening is that little that Hydra that was in the middle that you just saw, his name is Gatekeeper. This part is pretty simple to start the fight. You want everyone to have their most powerful weapons or supers or whatever it is, and aim at him. Okay, give a count of 3 just so that everyone knows. And please, guys, don't be a troll and shoot before, because this guy, unlike all previous versions of this raid, is super crazy at warping. He'll warp almost the second that you shoot him. So we're counting to 3. We all hit him. We get some good damage off on him, and there he is. Okay, look, we already brought him down to halfway. He's about to die. Once he dies, everyone's objective is to start building the first portal's opening. Okay, it doesn't matter which one you use first. We always choose left. You can do right. But just keep in mind, unlike every other raid, there is actually a relic in the middle that will help you out. Grab that relic in the middle. You can go in. If somebody has a super, it works really well on killing. Um, also, any type of heavy weapons work really good on taking out the little sub gatekeeper here. Once he's done, another relic is going to spawn in the middle right there. Make sure the guy with the relic, the first relic, is helping destroy or defend or distract against minotaurs. And also cleanse. Okay, if you don't know how to cleanse, it is your grenade ability while holding the relic. Once it's fully charged, you can hit R1 and you will be able to cast a little field that will protect you against projectiles, and it will also cleanse the darkness out of everybody. Once you move into any of those portals, you start losing sight. Every time you're cleansed, that process restarts. It's pretty slow, so you have a lot of time, so don't worry about it. If you were the first relic holder, what you're going to do is run up to that middle conflux that's there, and you're going to start defending against a whole slew of just minotaurs that are going to keep coming in. I recommend this be a two-person job. Somebody that doesn't have a relic can sit there and distract some of the minotaurs by shooting at them. Okay, and then once they're distracted, go up with the relic and then you can destroy them. It works a lot better than just one person trying to sneak up on them. It doesn't work very well if it's just one person, because all the minotaurs will end up just whittling down your health and you're going to end up dying. There's just too many of them. So while this is happening, what's happening on the other side is that the guy that grabbed the second relic ran in with somebody else, while two people are making sure that the other portal is staying open by staying in their circle. And then they grab the relic, they come back out, and then everybody comes into the middle, and then it's just a party. Just destroy everything. Do not let any of the minotaurs make it to the conflux. If they do, you only have about 3-4 seconds before they're going to do something called sacrifice. If 3 or 4 of them sacrifice, it's game over, and you fail the encounter, and you have to start the whole thing again. This one's easy to get really far into, and then if you fail, it's really just disheartening because it takes forever. Also, just notice that there are going to be some minotaurs that come out of each of the portals. Do not hit them back into the portal. If you hit them back into the portal, what you saw right there is going to happen. They're going to go into the portal and then all of a sudden appear at the conflux. They don't even have to walk. So what you want to do is stand to the left and the right of the portals, hit them. Once you kill enough of them, you finish the encounter. And then we'll move on to the next. All right, we're at the last part. If you made it to here, congratulations. This raid was not the easiest thing in the world, especially if you did the Templar challenge. Good on you. This is the hardest challenge, according to Bungie, and I have to agree, that they've ever made. This is Atheon challenge. Okay, normally what ends up happening is that 3 random people will get warped into one of these portal areas. Okay, they're commonly known as left and right, or left being called Mars, right being called Venus. Noobs, get it down now. People get mad if you don't know that left is Mars and right is Venus. I'm telling you now, just memorize it before you get in there. You'll save yourself a lot of trouble, because when someone says, hey, go to Venus, just know which side you have to go on. So the way to make this really, really easy is, at first, what you're going to do is split into 3, okay? 2 teams of 3. One's going to stand and build the portal on the left. The other one stands and builds the portal on the right. Chances are, in most cases, that all 3 people on left and right are not going to be summoned at the same time, although sometimes it happens. But if it doesn't, you've already got the portals open on either side. Whoever gets brought in first, make sure that you start telling your team what side you're on. If you say Venus or Mars, they will know which side that they have to run to, okay? Very important, because you want those people to be able to get in and out. Okay. Challenge mode now. 3 people get warped in, correct? Okay. The challenge is that every single person in your team has to kill an oracle. There are 6 oracles, there are 6 people in your team, which also means not one person can die until the very last run, where you are going to guarantee kill Atheon. If anyone dies before Atheon is dead or before another oracle run starts, you fail the challenge. You might as well just start all over if you're trying for challenge mode. Okay, so 3 people get warped in. The first 2 people are going to kill their oracles. I suggest somebody call out, I got first one, just so the second guy knows not to start fighting over who's going to kill that next one. And then the second that happens, call out what side you're on, right? Okay, so if you say Mars, everyone else is running to the Mars side to make sure that the portal stays open, and then 2 more people, the second that portal's open, are going to jump into the portal, and they're going to start looking for their 2 oracles, okay? If you're the relic holder, same thing applies. As always, you're going to make sure that you are cleansing people so that they can see. And the best thing for you to do, relic holder, is not kill an oracle until the very end. Both of the oracles that are at the gate are going to be the easiest ones for you. If you jump up, you should be able to slam one of the oracles, left or right, whichever one is left, and you'll be able to kill it really easy. Run out, and everybody run to the middle. Once you're to the middle, you should be able to go through a damage phase for Atheon. Remember, guys, your team on the outside is counting on you, so first 2 guys get out as fast as possible. Second 2 guys get in as fast as possible. And also, the second that you see someone come out, third guy, run in, okay? There's not much time here to play around. You get out, you get just like this, right where we are here. Okay, relic holder is going to cast his super. As long as you, I mean, not cast the super, he's going to cast the little orb bubble, okay? You do it 3 or 4 times. If you have a bubble, a strength bubble, you should be able to get it in 2 times. But if you do it correctly, no matter how many times it takes you, you will eventually whittle him down and kill him, okay? Just make sure, relic holder, that you are using your shield so that you protect everybody. And then you get the loot. That is how you beat the 390 Vault of Glass. Thanks, guys. This has been AJ for Forever Your Guru here. I know it's a lot. If you need to, just keep repeating through the video. There's so many parts here. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps anyone. If it did, at any part, just leave a comment. Remember, thumbs up, like it, subscribe. And send me a friend request. My name is AJJSONNIER on PlayStation. Okay, guys? Send it to me. We'll do a Vault of Glass, maybe. We'll do a Crota. We'll do a King's Fall. We'll do something. Just let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.